Everybody check out the shirt. I think the mayor's in the bathroom, so.
We're gonna put that on Friday.
What's up, brother? You like my shirt? He loves it. He loves the shirt.
Thumb up approval.
That's it.
Did the homeless man consent to being engaged? I just asked you a question. You're in recess right now.
You know, we don't need that. We're here for a meeting. We don't need to hear you. Just stop it. Please stop it.
The meeting hasn't started, sir.
There's no need for that.
Simmer down.
You simmer down.
Yes, please. Hello, please. Before we get started, my name is Ramon Rivera. I'm the town attorney here, and I would like to make a statement and review our ordinance concerning video recording at the meeting, so that we're all aware of what the ordinance says in the law. So under the Dover Town Code, it restricts videotaping in a reasonable manner as outlined in Chapter 2, Section 6F4 of the town's code. Specifically, it provides any camera or recording device, including cell phones and tablets, if used for recording purposes, shall be stationary and shall be located in an inconspicuous location in the meeting room. Every effort shall be made to locate recording devices toward the rear of the meeting room so as to not interfere with the orderly conduct of the meeting. Stationary equipment, once positioned, shall not be moved during the public meeting. The equipment utilized shall operate silently while cell phone video recording is permitted. Cell phones with recording capabilities shall be silent. All video and audio recording shall be performed in a manner that is not unreasonably obtrusive or disruptive of the proceedings and in violation of any federal or state law and any law or regulation governing the safety of persons or property. The New Jersey Supreme Court has held, while there is a common law right to video a municipal council meeting, a municipality in New Jersey may enact reasonable restrictions regarding the type and number of cameras, positioning of cameras, activity and location of the operator to ensure the order of business at public meetings. That's Harris v. Borough Hill, 189 New Jersey, 497. In Terrace, the court found that recording from the back of the room was appropriate, citing Maurice River Township Board of Education v. Maurice River Township Teachers Association, 193 NJ Super 488, that's a 2007 case. Accordingly, the town requires the code to be followed to prevent disruption of public meetings. So at this point, I'm going to instruct members of the public to comply with our ordinance, and all video recording devices should be moved to the rear row. And I'm going to ask the individuals sitting there to move, to allow for individuals to move there to comply with the ordinance. I have copies of our ordinance here. We have 9 of them, or 8 of them if individuals want to see it. I'm also going to ask that the recording device here be removed and put in the back of the room because it's blocking egress for the police officer.
I do have an issue with that because you guys were recording the last meeting right here.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just telling you what our law and our ordinance says. It's been in place for over 20 years here in Dover. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. To the back, and individuals who are recording can move.
I'm going to leave it.
Standing and recording is clear disruption because you're blocking the people behind you from seeing, and that violates our ordinance. Now, if you do not follow these rules, we have the right to ask that you turn off your recording device or otherwise have the recording device removed from the meeting room. We give everyone a few minutes to comply, and then we'll have to address anyone who's not. So please move to the rear in accordance with our ordinance. Yeah, remove this recording device and the one there in front of, in the second row, Mr. Truth.
It's not blocking anybody.
It's blocking someone right behind you. It needs to move to the rear. It's clearly blocking. I'm not the debate. Please move to the back.
It's up to her, she's the one, so she's the one who's blocking her, so I'll make sure that it's not blocking you guys. Is that okay for you? Would you like to see?
Who was the one that was recording last
Give
meeting?
my seat, man. There you go.
And this device has to be moved so it's not blocking. Okay? In and out. Can't be in the hall. Sit down.
Am I gonna get a summons?
You're gonna have to remove that device, and if you're disruptive.
The problem is, you guys had a phone up here that was recording the last meeting. It was actually blocking the whole audience, right here in this general spot. So for you to say I have to move my camera because now we're all here shedding light is insane.
Okay, it's not a debate. I've given my recommendation, my
Right,
advice. You can decide what you want to do.
I mean, I'm gonna leave it there, and if the officer says I'm gonna be threatened with a summons or something, then I'll move it.
All right, so under section D of the aforementioned ordinance, which is under chapter 264D, it reads as follows. If an individual is operating recording equipment, the mayor or presiding officer shall announce publicly the requirements, what I just did. The mayor or individual presiding shall have the authority to require disruptive video recording operators to either turn off the recording device or otherwise have the recording device removed from the meeting.
He's now activated.
Mayor, I recommend that the device be removed so that it's safe, so that we don't have to trip over cases in emergency.
So at the advice of legal counsel.
Here we go.
I'm Lieutenant Mike here. I'm not going to kick
So
you.
at the advice of
You're being
legal counsel, I'm
recorded.
going to ask
I'm
you
going
to
to,
please
obviously you're
remove the
objecting to what
recording
they're
device that the
asking.
attorney has spoken.
I recommend remove it and file a complaint in a legal matter. That way the next court,
No, I understand what you're saying.
Then you gotta leave.
I understand what you're saying, but if I don't remove it, what will happen?
they're probably charged with disrupting a meeting. I don't want to do that.
Would you do that?
It depends if you're disrupting. Are you going to disrupt it?
No, I don't want to disrupt
All
it.
right, then if you could, can you just move it, file a complaint in the court, and let the judge determine the right
State of New Jersey
procedure moving forward? Doesn't that sound like the most intelligent way to
State of New
go?
Jersey.
Let a judge move it.
I mean, they're gonna charge me with disrupting a meeting? What is that? A disorderly person?
We don't want to do that.
All right,
It's not worth it, okay? Go to the
We'll
court.
file a complaint afterwards, don't worry. State of New Jersey
My
versus
recommendation is that the device be moved.
charge of disrupting the official proceedings if they're not a physical disruption.
Unlawful commands, again, the Constitution is being violated right now.
Now that the device has been removed, there's no longer any disruption to traffic.
Are you a part of
Get a
Mayor
judge
Bush's
to make a
law firm?
determination. That way you
I
have.
know it's not you guys. I'm not here for you.
Are you
I'm
Putting us
sorry.
on a bad spot.
I'm
I understand
sorry,
what you're doing,
I'm
but I respect you. Just respect me. Do what you gotta do. Get a legal one. That way when you come back in 2 weeks, now you know by a judge. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, am I recognized?
Yes.
Thank you. Just so we're on the same page, I can speak on through H. Very safe. One and two. Under L, right? 1 and 2 under L?
Under, okay. What resolution, specific resolution that you want to speak on?
Yeah, no, I'm saying I can speak on.
Anything on the agenda you can speak on, sure.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm against the resolution approving taxis and unnoticed to be licensed in the town of Dover. I'm against B, C, D, and E. There's too much corruption here in the town of Dover. I'm not comfortable approving any of these until investigations into Sergio Rodriguez and the guy that assaulted this guy, this gentleman in the wheelchair. So I'm against A through E, and I can also speak under the ones for 2, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'm against 2A. Absolutely disgusting. It looks corrupt. 2B, I'm against that one. Well, we might be able to keep 2B. We'll keep 2B. 2C? No. 2D? Absolutely not. So for 2C, installation of video surveillance system for the Department of Public Works. through Union County Cooperative Purchasing. You wanna hire me, I'll go over there with my camera and I'll just stand around. You can hire me. Is that something that you'll consider, to hire me to record this public works? Just looking at me, not talking to me. It's like talking with Rick Wall.
It's for the public's information. I will give comments to any remarks that are made if I choose to do so when everyone is completed in the public. I won't comment on each one.
Right, where's my timer?
I have your timer, you have, continue.
Okay, so I'm against approval of resolutions 1A through E, 2A through D. We'll keep animal control services one, but I'm against it for another reason. I would also like Attorney Ramon Rivera to answer if he's ever been an attorney in Edison Board of Education and works for Mayor Bush's law firm, Mayor McCutcheon. But until I get those answers, I will not be supporting any of these resolutions on the agenda right here. Any of them. I will not support any of these resolutions until the officer who assaulted my friend over there used the compliance hold on him. For what? For what? On a disabled person? So until an investigation, until that officer's fired.
Excuse me, sir, your time is up.
Their time's up. Sergio's time's up.
Resolution 45. Read it. Too much corruption going on here. I'll approve that. Resolution 46. Approving taxi cab driver's license. I don't approve it. I don't approve that either. Too much corruption going on here. Resolution 47, 2025. Until you guys are fully investigated, specifically Mary Dodd and Sergio Rodriguez, I don't approve of it. Resolution 48. Until there's an investigation into the officer that put a compliance hold on my friend over here. I don't approve of it. I don't really, any of these resolutions, to be honest with you, I don't approve of any of them. Not with a hothead like Mr. Rodriguez on the council. Until he calls for his, until he resigns, I don't approve. I don't approve of this. Until he resigns, I don't approve of any of this.
Okay, it's not a big deal, but yeah, I find it misconception.
You too, Mayor Dodd, until you resign. I don't approve of any of this.
Guarantee you, you're appointed your budget for $30 million unit, costs a lot less for an electronic.
Too much corruption going on. So, in regards to these resolutions, I don't really approve of it. It's time to that up.
It's incentive, like I feel next time, folks, you guys get a check.
Nice if I could see it. I know it's only 3 minutes, but I don't know how difficult that would be to have the time, even right here on a phone, so the speakers can see their time. So until simple stuff like that is even done, I don't approve any of it. You know, let me see my time limit.
I'm actually scared of retaliation if I
Is it my up?
Mikey himself. He's a Mikey himself.
I truly cannot believe that we are.
I was absolutely not planning on speaking on this because since we had prepared for
Like numerous calls to resign.
resolution approving taxi demos to be licensed in the town of Dover. I'm not concerned with that. I think there's two that I was concerned with. The video surveillance systems, are we going to be positioning those in the back of the public works building or in the front, or does it matter? Is it against one of the rules?
So I'm here to call for. By the way, it's hilarious that you brought
Okay,
up.
so we're just taking up the position throughout the building. I don't think I agree with that resolution until you tell us specifically where the cameras can be placed throughout the building, how much we're spending on the cameras, what problems do we count for cooperative life. Regarding resolution 53,
And as a reminder,
about
that even though
affordable
there's
housing.
corruption and there's intimidation in the town.
I don't think I can agree with that resolution either, because I think I need more information. What I know is that we were saying there's a lack of affordable housing, and that probably leads to a lot of homeless people, and we know what happens to the homeless here in Dover. So, yeah, until we have more information, if Sergio's involved with the housing development or any of that stuff, because I don't want to get
You're
into
acting right.
I'm sorry, did I offend you? Please, don't hurt me. But yeah, regarding the housing, how much time do I have left, sir? Oh, thank you, appreciate that. That's working with us. But yeah, you know, so if we're gonna be petty and do tit for tat, I guess that's what we're gonna do here.
The
But
divine power of kings and
shared service agreement for animal control services.
every single.
There are some animals that need controlling. So, yeah, we might have to approve that one. Hopefully we can get the animals in Dover under control, and that's why we're here. Thank you, I'll get out the rest of my time.
Am I recognized?
So you have to take your mask off.
Am I recognized?
Yes.
Is it? It's my First Amendment right to wear a mask. Thank you.
That's not a protected right, sir. Please take your mask off.
It is a protected right. But I'm gonna come back and fight. I'll fight it another time because I'm gonna file a tort claim though on you. Do you know why I'm here, Mr. Dodd? So, my friend of mine, I came here from Middlesex County and I watched a video while I was home. A friend of mine said, I guess you and Sergio Rodriguez, he said you guys have little dick energy. And all of a sudden, you called out a police officer to use a compliance hold on him, on a disabled man that he drove him here himself just to attend this meeting. Just to stand up for handicapped people's rights, disabled people's rights. And you had one of your officers torture this man right here. I watched it when I was home. Absolute scumbag type stuff. And another reason why I'm here is because I'm watching news articles that you're intimidating people through the chair to Sergio Rodriguez. You're intimidating people at their own businesses. You're beating up homeless people. What's wrong with you, sir? What's going on with you? Would you like to resign? If you had any integrity, you would resign. It's taken. Look how much energy it takes for him just to keep himself in control. I wonder how he behaves when he's not out of here. Absolutely disgusting. Beating up homeless people. You're a scumbag, Sergio Rodriguez. You should resign. Absolutely disgusting. What you did to my friend right there, I don't care that he said you have little dick energy. I think it's worse than that. You're just a scumbag. You're a scumbag. You're a tyrant. You're a Nazi. Things like that have not been seen since Hitler's days when he used to have this Nazi judge. When defendants came up, he would say, take off your belt, take off your shoes, take off your mask, like he just told me. Your mask. Would you tell a veteran to take off his mask, hiding a disfigurement? Would you do that? First Amendment protected activity? Absolutely disgusting what's going on in this town. You're all tyrants. For even the women up here, and especially the men, not to call out Sergio Rodriguez, not to use your own time, not to call out Sergio Rodriguez. Your silence speaks volumes. Your silence, you enable this man. You enable this man. The fact that people have to come here from out of town because none of you are saying anything publicly goes to show you that each of...
Excuse me, sir, your time is up. Thank you.
No, their time is up, and Rodriguez scumbag time's up.
That's right.
That's right.
Put it up there.
All right, I don't get my name, I don't get my address, and the reason why is because we have freedom of speech. That's the smartest thing that was done all night, was that you did that. We have freedom of speech. You can't force my speech by making me give my personal sensitive information. It's a Fourth Amendment. I'm not going to exchange my Fourth Amendment right to come in here and exercise my First. That's my freedom of speech. And you can't disallow certain words because then you're forcing statements. You're forcing people's speech. We all have American values, do we not? So freedom of speech is the most important thing. That's why we can call him a scumbag. We can call him a scumbag. We can do that if we want. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Sergio, if you have an anger management problem and you want to rise to the top, join the MMA, brother. Yeah. Join the MMA, because this ain't the job for you to be acting like that. Beating up homeless people? You think you're a tough guy, don't you? You are a disgrace. You are a disgrace. And you talk about out-of-towners? Mayor James P. Dodd? I heard you don't even live here. That's what I heard. So who's the out-of-towner now, bitch? I'm here because of my friend here. You know, and you want to call him an out-of-towner? Do you even know who he is? Do you know the work that he's done in Dover? Talk about Blue Diamond picking up recyclables and trash. This man has picked up recyclables and trash with multiple cleanups. And you know you have the right to do that to him? That's why we're here. That's why we're all here. And he was here to address the shit that he was doing, beating up homeless people. So the problem is here. You know, and you sowed your own fate. That's why everybody is out here. Out-of-towners. This is the first time where I'm talking to an out-of-towner as the mayor. How did this happen? That is wild. Absolutely wild. And does that make you feel better? Saying, oh, out-of-towners came in? Well, if not the out-of-towners, who else? You'll retaliate against all these residents. That's what you do to them. We know better. You can't touch me in this town. You can't touch me in this town. My police know me. My elected officials know me. That's why out-of-towners come to towns like this and fix these problems. Because how else? Until you resign, and you too, both of you, we'll be back here every meeting. Every meeting we'll come back here. Smartest thing you did all night. In fact, why didn't the business minister, why didn't any of you guys ever suggest that? Because we don't like transparency here in Dover? We don't film the meetings? We do things in secret, closed-door government? Unbelievable. Most of the residents that don't speak out, it's because they live here. It's because they live here. You understand that, right? But you know what they're saying? They're saying you don't.
South Jersey News. I drove down here from Atlantic City to come here. It's 2.5 hours with traffic. Sergio Rodriguez, through the sheriff, Sergio Rodriguez, you like to beat up homeless people, and you're going to court tomorrow, I believe. So I would like to say to anybody that's going to court, good luck, but I can't say that to you. You should, whatever happens, you deserve it. And I hope that Mayor Dodd or you don't influence the people that are don't influence the people that are in charge over there. Sam Joaquin always said, do you know your First Amendment rights? Do you know them? Do you know them? If I want to put a camera up here, I should be able to put the camera up here. There should be no ordinance against the First Amendment. So the First Amendment, I'm going to read them off to you guys, is freedom of religion, the right to practice any religion at all. You have the freedom of speech. So whatever we want to say, we can say it, right? As long as it's not harmful to anyone, right? Or threatening anyone, right? So we have the freedom of press. That's what we're doing, right? If I want to put my camera over here, or I want to put my camera over here, or I want to put it over here, I should be able to do that, right? Freedom of assembly. I'm happy that we assembled here today. If it wasn't for that right, I mean, we wouldn't be here. And then, last but not least is the right to petition our government. And that's another reason why we're here. We're trying to petition our government. So abuse of power doesn't happen. We brought this as a sentiment. It's my little bottle of alcohol, because I hear you don't like alcoholics or anybody drinking. I like to drink. I'm not an alcoholic, but maybe the people are. Maybe they like to drink. So what? Let them do it. If they cause a disturbance, let the cops handle it. Or call the cops. Don't take it into your own hands. That's fucking ridiculous. That's all I have to say.
Good evening. I go by Full Court Press. My YouTube channel is Full Court Press NB, N as in news, B as in break. You called us outsiders. Not sure what you meant by that. I'm an American, sir, and a constitutional activist. However, as a visitor here in Dover, I must say my first impression of your town has been overshadowed by the troubling actions of Councilman Sergio Rodriguez. I'll get back to that. Now, while I commend the Dover Police Department for protecting my constitutional rights during my last visit, the behavior of some, including the mayor and his volunteers here in Dover, have left much to be desired, particularly the allegations of Sergio Rodriguez. Driving into Dover are worn out, faded signs at the town's entrance that Rodriguez discusses on his Instagram page. They may have once stood as symbols of pride, but now they reflect neglect and decay. Ironically, Rodriguez's character has become like those signs, a tarnished reminder of what happens when accountability is ignored. Let's be clear about why I and so many others here, including yourself, Mayor Dodd, as well as Dover residents and business owners, are calling for his immediate resignation. In February 2024, Rodriguez was charged with simple assault and harassment after allegedly attacking a homeless man, kicking him, and causing visible injuries. Disgusting. These are not the actions of public servants, they're the actions of a bully. In September 2024, Rodriguez was charged again, this time with aggravated assault for allegedly slamming a man's head into the concrete during a confrontation. Disgusting. This incident was not just violent, but a complete abuse of power and decency. And in October 2024, Rodriguez faced charges of criminal coercion for allegedly threatening a local liquor store's license renewal, leveraging his position for personal intimidation. Disgusting. This pattern of behavior is unacceptable, indefensible, and irreparable. Rodriguez, you've betrayed this community's trust, tarnished your reputation, and proven yourself unfit to serve. You are dismissed. To you, Mayor Dodd, a call for Rodriguez's resignation without follow-through is a failure of leadership. Dover needs decisive action, not empty statements. If Rodriguez refuses to step down, it's your responsibility to pursue all necessary measures to remove him from office, much like you're pursuing measures to remove us. To be continued. That's my time?
Yes, sir. Your time is up. Before the next speaker, I'm going to reiterate my prior comments To the members here, please adhere to what I stated in the beginning. No, please don't start. So, officer, I'm going to ask that you please address this individual here who needs to be in the rear of the room as I instructed at the beginning. Otherwise,
Are there different?
I don't understand that. Every other place we speak, there's always.
so I'm not going to debate.
This is so
Members
unconstitutional.
from the public, from the floor, I would appreciate you adhere to our rules.
The rules are
I appreciate it,
unconstitutional.
especially if you've been here and you've known that we've said that for the last
We've
year.
never said that before.
Liar.
Never.
Don't debate back.
Don't
So,
enforce
I
it.
said it. I've made my recommendation.
Go figure, lying
Mayor,
attorney.
please address.
Are you talking about me?
All right, I'm gonna, we have advice of legal counsel. I'm going to ask the police department to please adhere to our attorney's comments.
Unconstitutional.
But it's all just to cover DOD's clause. Oh, Sergio's the real boss. Ain't that sad?
Sound
that's not me.
amplification device. You have a right? Well, whoever's doing it.
Here, I have notes here, that's all I have.
Okay, officer, if there's someone that's playing music, so Mayor, I'm gonna recommend to you, please address that. You have a right to deliver your comment. That's your only right, okay?
You're talking to the wrong person. I have no music. I'm innocent. All right.
Wait, I didn't start.
Okay. I can. Go ahead. All right. I'm Leroy Truth from Leroy Truth Investigations, reporting on YouTube and Facebook, and a proud card-carrying member of the brand new United States Tyrant Resistance Team. Members of the Dover Town Council, and most importantly, Councilman Sergio, possessed by the dark, dank, dreadful, disgusting, dreaded demon of chaos, Rodriguez. First, let me explain the helmet. This is no ordinary headgear. This is my customized Sergio Ultra Protection Defensionator X3000, which protects me from sudden and unexpected violent outbursts from a deranged, rageful councilman. Now, why do I wear this? Because when you're in the presence of a man possessed by a vitriolic, venomous, voracious, vigilante violence like Sergio Rodriguez, anything can happen. I've seen the video footage of you, Sergio. One wrong word, one wrong drink in the wrong place at the wrong time, and Sergio might suddenly and without warning channel his inner Lucifer flying over the table towards me at the podium like some deranged, washed-up superhero on crystal meth, drink, and Ovaltine. Wait! Maybe it's not Sergio's fault. Maybe he is, in fact, possessed. Is it Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, or, oh no, I got it! It's Sergio Juice! That's right, say his name 3 times. Sergio Juice, Sergio Juice, Sergio Juice, and bam! He appears fish swinging, legs flailing, ready to drop kick a 2-year-old toddler for drinking apple juice on a public sidewalk without a license, or violently tackle a sweet, innocent 85-year-old grandmother crossing the street in her little walker because she didn't get down on her knees and worship as Sergio walked by. Now, let's talk about your greatest sin, Sergio. First, let's reference the video where you attacked a homeless man. Then you pushed another man from behind, pushed him to the ground, he cracked his head open, went unconscious, and you are charged with 3rd-degree aggravated assault, carries a 3 to 5 year prison sentence. And how dare you, how can all of you have this guy here, like nothing happened? Was this your audition for Dover's most violent vigilante? Now we need to get serious for a moment. Sergio, I, Leroy Truth, bow your heads. I, Leroy Truth, are going to help you. Everyone, please bow your heads for a quick exorcism. Oh, holy forces of peace, we command the spirit of evil aggression. Leave Dover, New Jersey Councilman Sergio Rodriguez at once. The power of God compels you. The power of God compels you. The power of God compels you. Sergio, take your demons of depravity, your micro-dick energy, and your brutal Napoleon complex ego, and resign now. Will you resign right now? I'll take it. On behalf of the people, will you resign now, Sergio?
Will you?
We're asking. We got 3 seconds to resign. 2, 1.
How about you, God?
The power of God compels you.
And everyone here has been respectful when certain people have spoken and allowed those comments, even if you didn't agree with them. And I'm going to remind everyone, you should show the same respect to other speakers. That's the point of this assembly. So please, control your emotions and do not burst out, it's only going to lead to this meeting devolving into chaos, which we don't want. So hold on, I have to set up your time.
Edward Lefty Grimes. I'm with sativacross.org. We're a 501c3 here in New Jersey, fighting for the rights of the disabled and for cannabis patients' rights, and the First Amendment. On January 1st, the Holy Spirit actually entered this room, believe it or not, and that was actually beautiful to see. You had a real pastor saying a real prayer. It was really cool. You had somebody singing beautiful songs. You all heard it. Some of you heard it. It was beautiful. I mean, it was great. The Holy Spirit was here. He was in this room. You had a fireman getting an award. You had an older couple that was in this town forever that was getting. It was a very touching meeting. And then the Holy Spirit put in some work. He exposed you, Mayor Dodd, for not caring about the disabled, not caring about disabled vets. You had a public party where you had no thought put into disabled vets, no thought put into this cancer patients, no thought put into anybody that was sick, dying, or disabled. Ungats, zilch, buckets, nada. Are you proud of yourself for your treatment of vets? You take pictures of disabled vets, you don't miss a photo op, but you don't put the work in. There was a bunch of disabled people up here that were left out of your meeting. Left out! And you slammed the door in my face when I tried to discuss it with you. They were left out. You had people like Carol, you had the police department, you had the EMTs and the firemen. They all helped out. They brought a table up. They made those other disabled people feel welcome, feel wanted. They were left out. Normally I'm angry when I see this stuff, but I was sad. I was sad seeing them left out. So then they had to get the elevator working. There was no thought to put in this at all. So the elevator, after a while, finally got worked. You had to have somebody open it with a key. Somebody had to work the elevator. That's not accessibility. When I went down that shaft and I was stuck on the bottom, I tried to push the door open. I was locked in there. I was a fire hazard. They had to unlock the door to let me out of that fire hazard into another fire hazard, where I was in a basement with no emergency egress. So you have all these emergency people thinking about, wow, we got 3 people in wheelchairs. How do we get them out of here? What did God get us into this time? Unbelievable. I was actually sad to see that. I'm not usually angry, I was sad. Disability rights are human rights. And I don't think you know that. 68% of Jesus' miracles were for the disabled. Now you say a prayer before these meetings. I don't know who you're praying to. Maybe it is Satan. Because let me tell you something. You know who else to pray? You know who else prayed before their meetings? The Pharisees, the ones that killed Jesus. The religious zealots that killed Jesus. They prayed before meetings too. And the government. So you're both. Good luck with your life. God's watching you.
I want to take this time to address the recent events, such as tonight, and provide clarity regarding certain individuals who have attempted to disrupt our community under the guise of transparency and accountability. Wow. Please stay quiet in the audience. You had an opportunity, now it's mine. These self-proclaimed freedom fighters are nothing more than social media influencers with ulterior motives, prioritizing personal gain and notoriety over genuine concern for Dover and its residents. Let's begin with some context. Being a social media influencer can be a very lucrative career. In New Jersey, the average salary for such roles range from $58,000 to $87,000 annually, with some earning well into 6-figure range, based on content and reach. Content related to government often has an even broader reach. To put it into perspective, the average salary in our state is $57,530, or about $28 an hour. These influencers are far removed from the financial realities of many residents and operate primarily for profit, not for the public good. I encourage you to see through the theatrics that is being staged here tonight. So here's the question. Why would a Connecticut resident, along with his associates, here in Dover, why are they here in Dover, Morris County? Their behavior speaks volumes. Just examine their employment history and track record, like I have. They approach local governments with vindictive, disrespectful tactics designed to provide reactions from officials. Most times invited to a community by others, is what exactly happened here, as per Mr. Truth.
Rebuttal?
Their ultimate goal is to sensationalize these encounters for personal gain, creating content that supports their platform and fuels their business. But here in Dover, as I'm sure is the case in other communities, their antics serve another purpose: to assist disgruntled former and aspiring political officials in undermining their elected representatives and making a mockery of our town. Their actions are not about accountability or advocacy. They're a spectacle designed to entertain, draw attention to themselves, and support the personal agendas of others who thrive on division. These individuals have no interest in the well-being of our community, its residents, or challenges we face.
Sounds like Hitler.
Instead, they thrive on chaos, they mock our town, and misrepresent what we stand for here in Dover.
We're the Jews of...
Let me be clear. I will not dignify their theatrics with undue attention, and that's why there's no response to their comments. Their pattern is transparent: baiting officials, promoting disruptive behavior, and using these manufactured conflicts for clicks and income at the expense of others, including the residents of Dover. A quick review of their online platform reveals a consistent cycle of trolling and self-promotion. Their concern for Dover is nothing more than a performance. And let's be honest, what investigative journalist that you know who makes songs and action figures out of themselves? What figure would you see come here tonight and make a mockery of our town by being in a football helmet? Make no mistake, this bait and click is nothing more than tomfoolery. However, the deeper concern lies with those who invited these individuals into our community. Those who seek to benefit from the embarrassment they've caused here in Dover as a whole. These are the same people who will soon seek your trust and votes, despite having sown division and chaos. Their actions undermine our progress and distract from the real work we're doing here in Dover.
I feel like a Jew
for everyone.
in Nazi Germany.
Please stop. I gave you the respect. I'm asking you to give me the respect.
Respect.
Are these the people who you truly want to represent your community here in Dover?
We want him to resign.
Dover deserves... Warning one. Dover deserves better than traveling theatrics and manufactured outrage. We deserve honest, constructive conversations and actions that prioritize the well-being of our town. Together, let's focus on building a stronger, more united Dover. Stop playing into the theatrics that these people from Connecticut, Atlantic City, and other towns come to our town to make a mockery of Dover.
Edison.
And remember, if you choose to entertain clowns, you will ultimately all be the circus. Let's move past the distractions to get Dover back on track. With that said, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Mayor? I felt like a Jew in Nazi Germany being singled out like that.
Sergio Rodriguez is violent.
Have the night you deserve. Have the night you deserve.
Sergio Rodriguez resign. Sergio Rodriguez resign. The power of God compels you. The power of God compels you, Sergio Rodriguez.
The difference between you and your victim is bigger than Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
Will you resign, Sergio Rodriguez? You must resign.
He just gave a 5-minute response about how he's not going to respond. Gaslighter of the year goes to Mayor Dodge.
You don't miss this.
Dodge. Now, it's Dodge.